Hey guys, welcome back to Table Torque. Many arm wrestlers decline from their strongest version. Even though they are still world-class athletes, they are not as strong as they were before. But Devon has been getting stronger each year, each day. If anyone asks which Devon is the strongest, the answer is always the present Devon. He learns from his mistakes and comes back stronger. Importance of cupping in arm wrestling. Cupping is essential. In a normal case, one can access side pressure more effectively through a cupped wrist. Devon was better at pulling inside than outside back then. Devon said that at the beginning of his arm wrestling journey, he trained only his cupping, doing many wrist curls and other exercises. Let's analyze every match of his from the year of his surgery till now. Travis is the only guy who outsmarted Devon in both setup and trash talk. In 2008, against Travis Baggant, Devon seemed helpless. He was trying everything, but Travis kept smashing him whenever he tried to go outside. But that was only in the initial rounds. Later, Devon hooked and won the overall match. Devon's elbow surgeries and recovery. Between 2013 and 2016, Devon underwent 3 specialized elbow surgeries at the Ottawa Hospital. These procedures, known as arthroscopic elbow debridement and osteochondroplasty, were performed to remove excessive bone growth in his elbow joints, which had been causing him considerable pain. After undergoing surgeries on both elbows in 2013, Devon Larratt made a notable return to competitive arm wrestling. In 2014, he joined the World Arm Wrestling League, WAL, and participated in his first WAL event in January 2015. At this event, Larratt won the left-handed title by defeating Marcio Barboza. However, in the same event, he lost the right-handed title to Barboza. The connective tissues undergo a prolonged remodeling phase, during which tensile strength and load-bearing capacity are reduced. His ability to sustain prolonged isometric contractions and counter high-force pronation may have been impaired due to neuromuscular deficits and diminished proprioception. Consequently, his right arm likely struggled to endure the mechanical stress of the match. In contrast, his left arm, unaffected by surgical intervention, maintained superior functional integrity, allowing for better performance. Devon Larratt in WL. In the 2015 WL, he defeated Ron Bath in both right-handed and left-handed matches. In the right-handed semifinals, Larratt lost to John Brzenk. In all of these matches, Devon could hook everyone except John in a few rounds without the strap. In 2017 against Matt Mask, Devon showcased a different outside game. He was doing an open top roll. He was not essentially kicking back his wrist in this round, but he had more control over pronation than his cup. Matt was taking Devon's wrist but losing his own, and he finally got the pin. In the next round, Devon showcased another thing, the King's move. His wrist was completely taken at this moment, but he relied on a little pronation and a sticky elbow. Later, Devon took control of the match. He later defeated Matt on the left as well, and was crowned the right and left-handed world heavyweight champion. In 2018, he had matches against Jerry Cataret, Michael Todd, and Denis Saplenkov. Devon defeated Jerry but lost to Denis and Michael. In the Michael match, we can see Devon's cup seemed weak. His hand control was far from what it is now. In 2019, he defeated Dave and Todd Hutchings using the King's move. Even then, his hand was not the same as it is now. He was losing a lot of cup. After that, COVID-19 hit, WAL closed, and everyone started training at home. In 2021, Devon returned and showcased something different. This version of Devon was so dominant that he never lost his cup. His cup was controlling the match throughout, and until now he has never lost his cup entirely in any match. Well, except for one, which we'll speak about at the end. Devon's approach to cupping. Cupping is a combined action of both wrist flexion and finger flexion. Devon cups in different ways throughout the years. Devon's approach to cupping is different. He trains with thick cupping handles that can cover his entire fingers, which makes the fingers flat as the pressure goes right to them. Devon trains cupping the way he does on the table. He believes gripping like this, with the thumb below, actually won't help much in arm wrestling. It just builds grip strength. But I believe it's not completely useless. It's actually more difficult to hold on to thick handles like this than to hold like Devon holding. But the way Devon grips translates better to how he arm wrestle on the table. Another tool he uses is the multi-spinner. Devon is a big fan of the multi-spinner. The multi-spinner makes your hand extremely powerful in the straps. He trains both high cup and low cup using the multi-spinner. In the high cup, Devon wraps it around his hand to imitate what he does in the match. In this technique, a lot of pressure goes into the forefinger, middle finger, and thumb. Devon does it in a way where he stands at a 90-degree angle to the vector. This creates pressure on the wrist, and he needs to have control over the wrist while maintaining pronation with cup. In the low cup, Devon wraps it in a way where the weight exerts more pressure on the pinky finger and ring fingers. Here, the wrist does the action as well. While doing this, Devon is eventually building better hand control in the strap. Everyone mocks him, saying he's doing bullshit outside the strap. The strap stabilizing his wrist is not an advantage only he can own. It's something he built. Grip strength isn't important in arm wrestling. It's just that Devon never tried and never wants to fight outside the strap. There is no rule yet, nor is it necessary to pin your opponent outside the strap. He does better in the straps. That's it. Devon also trains with the wrist wrench, also known as a rolling handle, which exerts more pressure on the median palmar, distal palmar, and wrist along with the fingers. Another tool is a rolling handle, but with a thin grip, which directs more pressure right into the fingers, and he squeezes it, doing hundreds of reps with light weights. He also does supination workouts using belts. Supination helps not only in hooking, but also in setting up against the opponents. If we supinate while the opponent grips, the opponent won't get as deep a grip as he wants, while at the same time, Devon gets a deeper grip. Devon's cup against Levan. Devon's cup hasn't reached its peak yet, but his cup is sufficient for everyone except Levan. In the Levan match, his cup seemed weak. People may sometimes get confused when Devon often kicks back his wrist to get more control over pronation. It's not wrong, but even if you do kick back, there is still a slight cup, with the pinky fingers needing to engage with the opponent's pronation. For example, in Georgie's match, he was in the kickback position, but had more control over Georgie's pronator. However, in the match against Levan, Devon did something to Levan's cup, but nothing to his pronator. If you are unable to control your opponent's pronation, it's a failure of the cup. Hope Devon fixes his weaknesses and showcases the strongest version he has ever had for the third match. Hope everyone likes the video, share your thoughts and objections, and subscribe to the channel. Thank you all.